just like I did last year when I was grading season 28, but for this time, I'm going to be grading season 29 with all the stuff that happened during that season. So let's get into it. How's it going, guys? It's Eric Sharkey, aka Dance with Stars Superfan, and I'm back with another video. And sorry that this video was a little late because I have been so busy lately, but now since I have the time to do it, I'm going to do this video for you guys. Just like I did last year while I was grading season 28, I'm going to be grading on the casting, the music/dance choices, as well as two new topics that I'm going to be grading on. How was Tyra as the new host, and how was Derek as the new judge? And lastly, my overall opinion on that season. So that's what we're going to talk about in this video. And if you guys like this video, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below and smash that like button, and also turn on post notifications to get you notified by my latest Dancing with Stars content video. So without further ado, let's get started. The first topic that I'm going to be grading on is the casting. Like I said a few months ago, this cast was way better than the previous season, and it was, in my opinion. Even though it had one controversial cast member, which was Carol Baskin, as we all know, it didn't affect the outcome of the season. Out of all the cast members that I've seen, season 29 was probably the best cast I've ever seen. Bringing back Sharna and Artem was a huge thing, and Artem winning that season was like a welcome home gift to him. Also, don't count out Britt and Daniela because they both did a fantastic job during their first seasons as pros. So for my grade on the casting, I give it a 97 A+. The next topic I'm going to be grading on is the music/dance choices. As we know, like last season, the producers did the music and the dance style, so they did it again this year. I have to be honest, the song and dance style choices were much better than last season, even though it had a couple of songs that didn't fit well with the dance, like the quick step to Zero to Hero, which it should have been a jive because it had the tempo to it. Also, King of New York from the musical Newsies, it had a similar tempo to the jive, but it should have been a jazz routine instead, especially Carol dancing to nothing but cat-related songs. So my grade on the music/dance choices, I'm giving it a 95A. The next topic that I'm going to be grading on is, how was Tyra as the new host? Of course, she did have her ups and downs, and not everyone liked her as the new host, mostly because she did the show pretty much all about her, like the wardrobe changes during commercial breaks, and sometimes she doesn't even do the wardrobe changes. But she mostly did it 2 times, and sometimes she even did it 3 times. The only wardrobe change that I didn't mind at all, which was the premiere dress that she wore, and she had to change before the first dance. She told us that she didn't feel like wearing it during the show. So for that, I can understand. But when it started to become a thing, I don't even let it bother me, but sometimes it made me uncomfortable. We also sometimes have moments with her when she doesn't even know what she's saying, and she also rushes the judges pretty much in every episode. And I know she desperately wants to be a good host, but sometimes she just tries too hard. She thinks she has to make it all about her to make the fans like her. But unfortunately, it usually just turns them off like they normally do when she's hosting. We also have Andrew Linares talking about it more on why they made that move, and here's what he said. Bergeron and Andrews have become a favorite pairing for fans. The two had incredible chemistry, and their performances always kept fans hooked. However, Linares explained that the show decided to move on for the sake of evolving. As Andrew Linares explained, they wanted to keep the show fresh and bring new twists, so it was only right for them to shake up the hosting as well. Linares also explained that he was so far happy with how Banks has helped change the show. In part, he explained that the model had done a fantastic job so far. He also added that he loved the energy that Banks brought to the show. He also complimented the model's expertise at hosting shows. Linares has evidently kept with this theme of making the show fresh and bringing in some elements of newness to it. As for Banks, the reviews have been mixed. While some fans enjoy her presence, others have complained a lot. It is expected, of course, given that change isn't always easy. Even though Tyra received a lot of hate during that season, I give her so much credit for not letting the haters stop her from hosting the show. We also got the cast defending her on how well she has done as the host, but I know change isn't easy. But on that note, I'm going to give her a D. Not because of the mistakes during that season, but there's still room for improvement. Even though she improved little by little in each episode, it doesn't seem like a lot, but they're little steps. Next topic on the list that I'm most excited to talk about, how did Derek Huff do as the new judge, who took over Len's spot during that season because of the COVID-19 travel restrictions? The only one positive change for season 29 is bringing Dance with the Stars legend Derek Huff to the judges table. I gotta say, Derek Huff did an awesome job as the judge. I'm actually starting to like him as a judge a little more when he was a pro dancer. He brought in some great advice to the dancers, he was positive, and he wasn't grumpy just like Len. Is Derek replacing Len as the head judge? That video is coming up really soon. So my grade on Derek Huff as the new judge, you guessed it, I'm giving him 100+. And lastly, my overall opinion on that season. Last season, I gave it an A, but for season 29, I'm giving it a 96A. And lastly, before I wrap up this video, I have a special announcement for everyone. I'm going to be doing content videos for Series 18 of Strictly Come Dancing. So stay tuned for those videos. And that'll do it for this video. So thank you guys so much for watching. This is Eric Sharkey, aka Dance with the Stars Superfan. Catch you next time.